Hi and welcome to Scuba Out. Great that you're back. Today we have something new, the Fantasea FA6500 for the Sony a6300 and a6500. I have to say big thanks to Andy Völz from Hydronalin who provided me this housing for my current tech review. Again, big thanks to you that you provided me that housing for my current test. First of all, we want to start with the unboxing of the camera housing, and then I want to show you what you are getting for your money, what is inside the box, and so on. Within the following episodes, which will appear within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I want to show you more about port systems, about how to put the camera inside the housing, also about how is the overall quality of the housing, are the buttons good reachable, are they working properly, followed by a real-world test, what means that I will go diving with the housing to share my experience underwater with you. I didn't even had a look inside the box, so what we want to start with now is we want to do an unboxing together with you to show you what is inside the box and are our expectations fulfilled with the Fantasea FA6500? Stay tuned, we start. So what do we have here? First of all, the housing itself, which will be introduced in this episode. Beside of that we have the flat port for the housing, because the housing itself will be delivered without a flat port, so you need to buy that separately. This flat port is compatible for the SLP 16 to 15mm from Sony. In addition to the flat port, you also need the lens gearing. This is needed if you want to zoom inside the housing with your kit lens, the SLP 16 to 15mm. There's a special one for each separate lens. So let's start with the unboxing. The housing, including the flat port, starts within a price range from 900 to 1000 euro, depending on where you are buying. If you are looking it up at hydronalin.eu, you can get it for around 982 euros. This is a pretty good deal. But I don't want to bore you any longer, so let's go further on with the unboxing and let's get rid of some of the packing materials. And there's the housing itself, wrapped into some nice sounding foil. Let's try to get it out here. And yeah, wow, it starts to feeling pretty heavy, that housing. That feels good. It's not like one of the cheap Chinese housing which are pretty lightweight, but this is pretty heavy and feels really good. So the first impression is pretty nice, just in feeling, you know what I mean. So yeah, this is it. It is the Fantasea FA6500 housing for the FA6500 from Sony, or also compatible for the Sony a6300. The housing is made out of polycarbonate, and it's a pretty durable material. So yeah, like I said, the first impression is that the housing feels pretty heavy. And it is an empty weight from 980 gram, and with camera and flat port it weighs on land 1.645 kilo, so 1645 gram. The dimensions are 20.5 times 14.5 times 50.5 centimeters. So it's not too big, it's fitting good in my hands, at least I have big hands, it's fitting pretty well. And all the buttons are good reachable and feels like functioning pretty well, but let's see how they are performing underwater. I can't tell that now, but at the moment it feels pretty nice. Even the zoom ring here on the left side of the housing feels pretty good, but let's see how it will work if we fit in this lens gearing together with the lens itself from my Sony a6300. So let's see, that's the housing itself, pretty fine for the first impression. So let's see what else is delivered within the box of the housing itself. So here we can see there's attached a little box inside the housing. Nothing else is hiding there in the box. So let's see. It's I believe there are some small parts in for a conversion kit and so on. But let's see. I will open it and see what is falling out of it. Okay, so the first thing we can see is an, what is it? FML lens port opening tool. Okay, this is if the flat port is connected, it's helping you to disconnect the flat port later on. If it's sitting too tight, it's just a helping tool. We have a sticker. What else is in here? There's some O-rings, some silicone is inside, and yeah, something to clean the housing itself, I believe. Yeah, let's have a look later. So what else is in? For sure there's a manual. We haven't read that for now. I will read this in a silent minute, and then I can tell you what all the functions of the housing, and I will go a little bit deeper into details. But for now we just keep it beside. Okay, are we still missing something? You know, the box is empty it seems, but here this pack was also in, and this is the conversion kit for the a6300. So in first instance, this housing is built for the a6500, but you need the conversion kit to put in your Sony a6300. So let's see which parts are delivered with it. So first we see here some C-shaped washers. These are some small little washers you need to put out, and this is just some spare if you are losing some of these, because they're bouncing around, I believe, if you try to getting rid of it. And here you see all these small plastic parts for using the buttons. This needs to be exchanged later on, but put it beside for now. We also have the extended shutter release lever. This is the extended shutter button you can mount to the housing, so it's a little bit longer to the left or right side depending on how the way you're looking to it. So this is just a little help if you have an dual hand grip attached to the camera housing. Yes, here you have a hand wrist, so you can put it on the camera to don't lose it. I don't need it, let's see, but it is delivered within the housing, good to have. And a small tool. And also some small adapters for the fiber optic cables you can attach to the camera housing. Yeah, okay, so now we discovered everything what is delivered within or together with the FA6500 housing. So we see we need to make a little bit of construction work to the housing with the conversion kit for the a6300 to make it compatible with that housing. So let's see. So now I want to show you how you can enter the housing. Let's start from the front side. Here's the cover for the port system in the front, the black one. And we want to get this out first. But how can we do it? First of all, we need to turn the security switch, which is locking the cover. This is also locking the flat port or wide angle ports later on. So if you flip it to the right side, you are able to twist the cover from the lock symbol so that you're aligning both lines each other, and then you are able to get the cover off. Yeah, as you can see, now we have entered the housing itself, and yeah, as I can see, I'm just wondering a little bit. I was thinking that there are already O-rings in, but it seems that the port itself has the O-rings attached to seal the housing afterwards. Okay, let's put just in the cover again. It's not needed at the moment. We don't want to get dust or dirt inside, and lock the cover again. On this side you see the opening switch for the camera housing. To open the housing you need to push this little security switch on the bottom of it, and then you are able to turn the side wheel. Otherwise it's just locked and you cannot open it accidentally. So and then you see you can open the housing and have direct access to everything. Like we see, we have a double O-ring system to have a good sealing. And here you can see we have all these small button accessment tools, which we need to change, or some of them needs to be changed, of these plastic parts to fulfill the requirements of the Sony a6300 camera body. Here you see there's a small mount attached to the camera housing. This can be mounted to your camera. So this mount can be attached to your camera body, and then it's pretty easy to slide back in the camera body inside the housing. And you have this good lock mechanism here to attach the camera body really tight inside, and it can't fall out if you're just accidentally moving the housing while the camera is inserted. Also you have this moisture detection here inside with a wet lamp, and also with a beep sound which appears if a moisture is detected. Hopefully this detection will never get active, but you never know. It's good to have and see if a small leak is coming in. Okay, what do we want to do now is I will have a look to the manual to have a quick look up what do we need to exchange from inside the housing to fit the a6300 in. And then I will come back to you and I will show you how we can slide in the camera and so on. Yeah, I have a really good feeling with the housing for now. Hopefully you have that too. If you took it in your hand, it's pretty nice. All the stuff which is delivered within the box for that housing is also pretty good. You have everything what you need, and within the price range from around 1,000 euro, you're getting a good and stable housing for your camera. And yes, the conversion kit. I will not put that in now. We will do that together within the next episode, because I really need to look this up a little bit more in detail, because we want to do everything correctly and don't destroy the housing directly. Also, we will put in the a6300 body, so that you have an overall feeling of how it looks if it's putting together and if it's connected to each other. Also, I will show you within the next following episodes how to attach the flat port system to the FA6500. So yes, like I said in the beginning, I will do a real world test to put the camera housing underwater to have a quick test dive, and that will be shared with you. So, if you like that housing, and if you like my channel and like this video, I would say please give me a subscription for my YouTube channel. That would help and support me a lot. Give me a thumbs up, and yeah. Also, I will put all needed informations down in the video description below, so you have something to read in between. And hopefully we can see us in the second episode, where we are putting in the conversion kit. See you next time, bye bye.